Hello and welcome to another episode of Market Track with Abuzar. We are into June and everybody I'm sure wants to know what's been happening with the real estate market in Ottawa. So far things are on the up and up. Prices are still on the rise and we're seeing multiple biddings happening, limited number of listings. So we'll take a look at all these stats to give you guys a better idea. And please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the numbers now. And I'm going to show you a couple of more charts this time around in this episode. And these are interesting because what they show us is what's been happening in terms of fluctuation within the number of weeks that we've been dealing with COVID. And this is over a span of 22 weeks, and pretty much week 11 is the Ontario state of emergency, according to what's been happening. And if we take a look at it for 2020 versus 2019, new listings by week, residential and condominium. Now this is general, we'll get into specific details with our other charts, but it's just telling us that the number of listings is quite a drop, as we could see, and they're starting to again climb up again and get close to what we had in 2019. Now take a look at the next graph. Is the sold properties by week. Of course, 2020, a drop in the number of sales, but that's because of the number of listings. So we haven't had a lot of listings. So again, percentage-wise and in terms of numbers, we'll take a look at what that means. But there has been a less sales compared to 2019 because of the limited number of listings. And then the average sale price by week, residential and condominium in these 22 weeks. So we see that pretty much in 2020, the average sale price has actually surpassed. So limited number of listing, yes, a lower number of sales, but where it's important is here, the average sale price by week is actually higher in 2020 and climbing, as you can see by week 22. An average sale price by week, residential only. Now we're basically focusing a bit more just to see what's been happening with the residential, which means the non-condominium and residential properties. So now we can see still pretty much the same thing as we saw before in the previous chart. 2020 we're above 2019 in terms of average sale price and climbing. Now we'll take a look at the condominiums. And again, condominiums, pretty much the same thing. And it's even now, the gap got even more in week 19, but pretty much we're still above that 2019 range. So, everything seems promising for the Ottawa market. And what we want to take a look at now is the number of listings versus number of solds. And this is more specific than the previous graphs we just viewed. And if we take a look at specifically May 2019 compared to May 2020, we see that in May 2019 we had 1,494 listings, and the sold number is 1,338. Now, interestingly, in May 2020, the number of listings is actually less than the number of sold units. So we are seeing this because we're playing a bit of a catch up here, and 655 listings, whereas 694 sold properties. So still a limited number of listings here. And now let's look at the days on the market, how long properties stay on the market on average for them to sell. And now looking at May 2019 to May 2020. So on average, we're looking at 17 days for freeholds, versus the 19 days. So slightly higher number, but not a significant difference. Okay, so now let's take a look at the closing price to original price ratio in terms of percentage. So that gives us an idea of how much homes sold above asking. And looking at May 2019 to May 2020, pretty much they sell very close to asking, or almost the same on average. And as we could see, for instance, we were even surpassing significantly on average for the months of February and March. And I believe we're going to start again climbing up in percentages on average as well. So now that was the freehold residential, and now we'll take a look at the condominium market to see what's been happening there. So looking at the number of list price versus the number of solds, and 2019 May we had 745 listings and 540 sales. Looking at May 2020, we had 344 listings, significantly less. As well, the number of solds were 273. So I think that's very good considering what's been happening. Looking at the days on the market, so we've actually dropped. So it shows that the condominium market is actually picking up as well. So the days on the market, May 2019, we have 29 days on the market on average, whereas now we're looking at 19 days. And finally, we take a look at the close price ratio versus original price. And so percentage-wise, in May 2019, we're at 99.6%, so very close to asking. And for May 2020, that percentage is a bit higher on average, and it is showing that the condo market is the prices are actually selling almost the same or higher than the list price. So, okay, there you have it. I hope this was helpful to give you guys an idea in terms of what's been happening in the market. I'll definitely keep you guys posted as we go along in the months to come, and hopefully we'll gradually get back to what we had before. A lot of people are working from home now, so it's a lot to take on and to take care of our kids and everything else at the same time. So hang in there. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button and like this video. Until next time.